Heyo, how's everybody doing? This is EonShiKeno back with game number 3 between SlayerSMMA, our blue Terran over here on the left side of Antigua's shipyard. His opponent will be LiquidZenio, the red Terran on the top side of the map. Had a pretty explosive game last time, ha ha ha. Talking about the banelings, we had so many banelings going off at the beginning of the game. 2 huge baneling explosions. I love that. Those make for great scenes and replays. Those make for great moments. So tied up now, 1-1. Which player is going to take the lead and get the next victory here? And we will find out as this game plays on. We've seen MMA do 2 different builds between the 2 different maps. First game we went for that big macro play. Zenio tried to bust it. Didn't work out too well for him. And game number 2 was more of a macro play. Both players all over the map. And a lot of bases being produced. But MMA eventually won that game. A lot of drops. And, you know, really using those cliffs down there in that bottom part of the map to assault that bottom base. Pretty cost effectively, too. So what are we going to see on Antigua Shipyard? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see. Who knows what we're going to see here. SlayerSMMA going to go for that fast, or not fast, he's going to go for the standard reactor. And Zenio is going to go for the hatch. Yep, stand over there to take that hatch. Probably going to go for the same opening here from Zenio. Zenio's pretty much done the same opening everything so far this game, or everything for the past 2 games. So probably going to see him go for, like, you know, gas first and then pool and get some speed out, something like that. Once again, Zenio's going to get the quick scout on his opponent. Going to be able to fly in here with the Overlord, check everything out, and then just turn around. Sees the gas, sees that command center, is going to quickly fly back. Orbital production on the way, MMA. Is going to send out his SCV. He knows exactly where Zenio's at, so he's going to go up there get some free scouting location. I like this. Zenio has this second Overlord here above his expansion to catch an eye out for any type of bunker placement, stuff like that. Sometimes you'll see Zerg players get a little greedy and send that second Overlord off and you know, just maybe hope that the Terran player doesn't quickly run up there and throw down some bunkers, or maybe they'll just send a drone down there to do some scouting stuff, something like that. But what's MMA going to do with here? Just going to run and do some scouting. So there we have the gas already being mined here. It's going to allow speed to be done as it has been done every other way. The first 2 games we've got. So factory going to go up here from MMA. He's going to throw down a reactor on this barracks, more than likely. Barracks going to go up, and he's in a really great spot. He's going to be able to sneak that marine in there. That's such a sneaky spot to put these barracks. How he's going to deal with this? His bunker is going to get up. Does he? I mean, he has to see it. He sees it. What's he waiting on? He's got 4 Zerglings coming out, 2 Queens, and there's a really big timing here where MMA is just going to build this bunker and get a Marine in here. He's going to have any more Marines on the way. 2 Marines here, a 3rd on the way, heading out across his map. This one bunker could do a lot of damage. This SCV is going to be able to get around the back here, getting vision with that SCV on the high ground there. It's going to allow him to harass these Zerglings. And, oh man, he's going to try and bait him back. He does bait him back, but no. Zenio too quick for the micro. He's going to take those guys out. Slowly going to start whittling down this hatchery. Zenio, he re-rallied all his hatcheries. I like that. It's nothing worse than seeing a Zerg player lose some units down to bad rallies. That's just terrible. So new Queen's ready. He's got a lot of Zerglings. He's going to go for it. Letting the 2 Queens tank the damage first. Going to run up their SCV in the front, trying to take some damage. But oh, he's in the back. He's going to get some repair, and he needs to focus that down with the Queen. Yep, the Queen's going to move there. Now he's going to focus right on that SCV. He's going to take it out, and the rest of these Marines are going to get taken out. And he managed to kill, what was that, like 3 or 4 Zerglings. So let's check the kilometer. 5-5 for both players. MMA taking a little bit more damage, but did force a couple extra Zerglings there. And, yeah, forced a couple extra Zerglings. MMA did lose that bunker, though, so I don't know. Zenio handled that pretty well. That could have went a lot worse for him. Even though that bunker got down in a really great position, didn't even matter. That was only a 1 barracks pressure from MMA, so it wasn't, you know, as crazy as it could have been. 2 Hellions out here for MMA, heading out across the map. 1 Zergling's not going to make him get toasted. Let's see, what is he working on next? He's got 2 reactors, so he's got 1 on his barracks, 1 on the Hellions, and he's making medevacs. Okay, this is like old school stuff here. This is like the Slayer's medevac Hellion drop there in the main that happened. What was that? What MLG was that? I'm drawing a blank here. I can't remember what MLG it was, but it was like the MLG that was like the MLG of the Hellions and the Slayers build. That was the Slayers TvZ build. That thing was crazy. Whenever it first came out, everybody was like, oh man, it's just wrecking everything. All the Zerg players are losing because of it. And that seems kind of like what we're going to go with here. It's just standard Marines, no combat shield, no stim, and then just Hellions. And you go in with one medevac, you drop them in the main, you come in with the extra Hellions, and you kind of carry them up. You drop them off here, pick them up here, back and forth. Or you can do the other thing where you just run in the Hellions in this way, drop the Marines on the top, and kind of make your opponent figure out what they want to do. So let's see which way he's going to go with it. Which way is MMA going to go with it? Going to send everything at the top or split them up? Looks like he's just going to drop them all up here on the top, do a little bit of elevator action here with the Marines. And does Zenio see this? Yeah, he sees it. He sees it now. That Overlord's in a pretty good spot, but there's so many units here in the main now. What's Zenio going to be able to do about it? He's got a Bailing Nest on the way. He's got a lot of production. He's got 4 Roaches, 8 Zerglings coming out, 2 Queens here in the main. He needs a Focus Fire kill down that medevac. There's just so many units here. MMA is such a great position, going to deal a lot of damage here. Doing a lot of damage. 2 Queens going to go down. Zergling's now popping out. He's got the Roaches out. He really needs to get those Roaches in there first, trying to pull back all those drones before they get toasted by all those Hellions. Oh my god, he's lining them up. Toasted drones lined up all along the steps. Now he's got a lot of Zerglings. He's got some Roaches. He should be able to micro this pretty well. Keep those Hellions alive. He needs to keep those Hellions alive. Let the Marines tank for it now that all those Zerglings are dead. He's going to take out those Roaches. Roaches are going to fall. There's just so many Marines, so many Hellions. This is looking really bad for Zenio right now. Bailing's going to get in close to connect. And nope, those guys aren't going to be able to connect. One actually getting taken out there by the Hellions. Going to go for the next one. They're going to get it up. That one actually does blow up now. Zergling's going to come out. Queen out once again. And that medevac is going to be able to fly out of there before that Queen does get able to kill it. So, supply lead for MMA just barely. During this whole fight, he has got his expansion up. He's transferring some SCVs over. He's getting orbital. Looking pretty good for MMA. Pretty successful attack. Denied a lot of mining time for one. Slowed down Zenio's tech. Forced a lot of units. And I mean, just a pretty successful attack overall. Let's check the unit lost. 52 versus 16. Oh my god, look at those resources lost tab there. That's not looking good at all for Zenio. So, I mean, what is Zenio's option going on here in the mid game? He's got 4 extractors up. Hasn't done any more teching yet. A Banshee out now. He's got the Queen, so he can deal with this. And there's no cloak, but the 1 Queen is not going to be enough to deal with the 1 Banshee. Doesn't look like it, but another Queen's going to show up in the nick of time. But he's going to lose this 1 Queen already. Yep, he's going to lose that 1 Queen. Is this guy going to get taken out of the Banshee? Oh no, he shouldn't have turned around there. Ended up losing that Banshee, unfortunately. Should just ran off for it. Probably would have got away. Here comes the second attack from MMA. Heading out across the map, he's got 1 Siege Tank. He doesn't have Siege Tech finish yet. He's got 1 Viking, 3 Marine Stim, about halfway, actually about a third way finish. MMA heading out across the map. Checking that Zeldnager Tower first to make sure there's no pesky Zerglings there. Scouting that out. Expansion is up. Supply wall being built here for MMA. And where is he going to go with this attack? He's going to do another elevator action, or he's just going to slow push this expansion. We will see. He's going straight up the front. Are there any spine crawlers? 1 up in there. Actually, there's 1 over here on the left too, kind of spread out. And he's just going to go for it, scanning up front, going to take out all those creep tumors and take out that spine crawler. Spine crawler is going to fall down so quick. Here come the Queens. Here come a couple Roaches and Zerglings. But they just die so fast. There's just not that many reinforcements from Zenio. Here comes a lot of Roaches popping out now. But I don't know, man. This is looking pretty bad for Zenio. He's losing so many forces. Overlord just popping out of the sky. Roaches. Queen's going to fall there. Another Roach getting taken out. And Zenio just didn't have the forces needed. He didn't have it ready for this attack. And MMA is just being so cost effective now. Just picking off a little bit of Zenio's army as they pour out. And he's just dealing so much damage. His tank is still alive. Does he have Vision on the high ground? No, he actually does with the medevac. And he's going to focus fire down that. Yeah, he's got plenty of units now. Zenio should be able to fight off the rest of this deck. Oh, and he picks up the tank before he loses it, and the 2 Marines. That's just got to be terrible for Zenio. He's like waited all that, and he doesn't even get the tank. Nice control there from MMA. Probably see him fall back at this point and repair that siege tank. I think he got 8 kills on that siege tank, but he's going to go for it again. Oh my god, he's feeling lucky. MMA is feeling pretty lucky. He scans. Alright, he sees a lot of Roaches, a lot of Zerglings, figures. Okay, that's a little too much. He's even going to load up. Is he going to go to the main now, just applying so much pressure? Here's some reinforcements. MMA deciding, you know what, I'm going to take those guys back to my base, use those guys as defense, just harass a little bit up here. Macro Hatch now under attack from Zenio. Kind of dropping those Marines, making it rain. He needs to pick up these guys because there's so many forces. And going to get it out of there. Maybe just hoping Zenio's going to build a couple more Zerglings. And dropping them on the low ground now, abusing that just a little bit. Siege Tech about halfway finished. Combat Shields on the way. Glio Reconstitution, Centrifugal Hooks. Overlord Speed, Overlord Drops also coming out. And if you guys watch one of my LiquidZenio games, like 1 or 2 games, there's like 2 or 3 games ago actually, it was versus Cass from IEM. He was doing this really early Overlord drop, two base versus Terran, and I think that's what we're going to see Zenio go with this game. Maybe just go for some really quick Overlord drops, just drop them all over his base. Managed to take out an Orbital in that game, but he had a lot he was in a lot better situation against Cass than he is against MMA here. MMA just really punishing Zenio. And this drone's like, no, I thought you guys were gone. Fortunately, they're not. They're still hanging out up front here. And this siege tank is just the balls of steel on this siege tank, made out of steel, more than likely. So that's quite convenient. Tank's heading up here. He does have siege, and he's sieging up 3 tanks. So he's got so many Marines. Combat shield. Stim is done. He's just going to push straight up in here. He's got high ground vision with the medevacs. And oh my god, he's going to need to get some Bailings done to connect. But there's just so many forces of supply favoring MMA. He's got so much supply. He's now supply block Zenio, just dropping so many units. He's pulling back all these Marines. He needs to focus fire kill on the Bailings. Is he going to get him? Yes, he gets those double. And he even gets a 3rd one. Nice job there. Focus fire on the Bailings. And now Zenio's forced to retreat. He needs to stick back on that creep. Taking out those creep tumors early from MMA has worked out pretty good for me. There's no creep here where there used to be 2 big creep tumors, so it's allowing him to push here pretty easily and pretty slowly. He doesn't have to worry about that speed advantage that Zerg does have whenever they have the creep. So Zenio now trying to make a stand here. He's going to get that Bailing. Nope, not going to get in there. And MMA just with so many forces of supply really crushing Zenio right now. And just Queens left, couple drones left. There's just still Marines left in here. And not looking good. Medevacs, 3 medevacs. There's the GG. Zenio taps out. And MMA with the old standard, I mean, not really standard, but the old good Slayers, Hellion Marine medevac drop up the main worked out pretty good. Zenio wasn't really ready for it. He didn't have his roaches out soon enough. He didn't have enough Zerglings out to engage that before he got a chance to drop in all his Hellions and all his Marines. He just was super cost effective. That first attack was just really good. And he just, MMA just kept applying pressure as the game went on. I mean, at one point I thought, he's going to go back and repair that tank. But no, MMA's like, I don't need to repair tank. It's not dead. It's still alive. It has like 4 health or whatever. That's more than enough to deal with it. He had the medevac micro extremely good. And MMA just played this game so well. Just applied consistent pressure to Zenio. And Zenio didn't have anything to deal with it. Fortunately, so that's going to go to MMA. MMA is going to be 2-1 versus Zenio. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Leave any comments or criticisms in the comments. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd appreciate it. See you guys later. Peace out.